What's going on YouTube? Top of the Deck here today. If I didn't already see you in my previous videos, Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a new year and I wish you all the best for 2013. And without further ado, today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about my predictions for Apple in 2013. Now Apple is one of my favorite companies from a design point of view, from innovation, from software. However, doesn't mean that I'm an Apple fanboy. I very much like Google's products, especially the Nexus 7, which is one of my favorite Android tablets hands down. I do use it quite a lot, and in fact the Nexus 4 will be coming in a review unboxing in the next week or so. In 2012 we saw the release of two iPads, not just one but two. They actually sort of annoyed customers towards the end of the year. However, personally I didn't feel any hate from Apple, if you like. And I did buy the iPad 3 earlier in 2012, and at the end of October, alongside the iPad mini, the iPad 4 was released. However, the reason it didn't annoy me was because it was just simply to unify the Lightning connector, FaceTime HD 720p camera, processors from an A5X to an A6X processor. So it wasn't that much of a problem or annoyance to myself. Also in 2012 we saw the release of the iPhone 5. Now this was one of the biggest design changes from the iPhone 5 since the 3GS to 4 jump. 4 and the 4S had a very similar design, and the only thing essentially that was changed in the 4S was the internals of the iPhone. The iPhone 5 saw though, however, a larger display from a 3.5 to 4 inch display. However, now it's slightly lighter and thinner, and also the design has changed. So the back, for example, on the black and slate model is anodized aluminum alongside with two-tone glass. In 2012 we also saw the release of the iPad mini. That was also an introduction. It was really just to keep up to par with other competitions such as Google and Amazon, which had the Amazon Kindle Fire HD and the Google Nexus 7. So really trying to compete in the 7-inch tablet market. Now in 2013, what do I think? Well, one of the first things is quite strange, but I think that the iPad will first be updated. It's going to be updated probably in the same time that you normally see, April, May, although that will annoy more people because it'll be the 3 iPads in the space of just over a year. That will annoy, but I think it's because they've already unified the Lightning connector, so now it's just really into design. So I think they're going to try and make that design similar to the iPad mini, the iPhone 5. So you've got that slate and white and silver models. So I'm thinking that they're going to make the bezels slightly smaller, thinner the device, hopefully lighter. And the battery life on the iPad is quite exceptional, 9-10 hours, 9 hours if you're using LTE, 10 hours if you're just on Wi-Fi. And I think that's exceptional, so that's pretty okay in terms of that. In terms of the iPhone 5, the iPhone 5, I did see a rumor about it being released in several different colors, and I don't think that's actually going to happen. The problem with that is if you are to ask Foxconn or another manufacturing company to make 5 different colors, it will mean that quantities will lower, and it means that costs go up. Because if you're making one device, for example, if I said that I just want to make 16GB iPhone 5s in black, obviously the cost of manufacturing will be lower, so that means per cost for Apple it would be, say for example, $150–200 per device, and that means I can just pay that $200. When you have different types of colors, different specifications, sizes, different requirements of chemicals, materials, then you're going to have different costs. So may one be $200, $250, $225, so you may see a higher cost for Apple, which means that they may set back. So I think they may just keep to the black and white. So in terms of the iPhone 5, it'll probably just go for an iPhone 5S, and they'll probably just update the specs to, I don't know, A6X or an even A7 processor. I hope that they do release iOS 7 alongside. Now Johnny Ive has been replaced Scott Forstall in terms of the iOS software. So from hardware, who has produced one of the best, most iconic devices, especially the iMac, which was one of the first desktops that he produced, that he designed. I hope that he will be able to, I'd like to see how he'd be able to take the software side of Apple in terms of iOS 7. I want to see how he implements his design innovation and ideas into the software side of Apple. Finally, the iPad mini. It's definitely going to go for an iPad mini 2 or the new iPad mini or iPad mini 2013 or iPad mini Apple. I don't know, but they're going to make some name at some point, and I think they're going to update that in terms of hopefully adding a Retina display. If I don't see a Retina display, I don't know what's going to happen. But anyways, definitely a Retina display, I think. Definitely a spec upgrade, camera possibly, things like that. Really the most basic internals. The design is brand new, sleek, new. I don't think that's going to change. So that's it in terms of the mobile industry for Apple. In terms of the desktops, I think, again, they're not going to change anything. The Mac Pro seems to be really leading back, and Apple doesn't seem to be paying much attention to the Pro user. They're trying to face everyone towards the iMac, the MacBook Pro Retina displays, which are definitely quite a big market at the moment. But I think that they should pay attention slightly more to the Mac Pro users, the Pro users of Apple. They did update the MacBook Pro and the Mac Pros, but very silent. They just really added the Ivy Bridge Intel Xeon processors, but they don't really do anything else. There's still no Thunderbolt support. There's not even an SD card. So really, some very basic things that Apple need to pay attention in terms of the Pro users. But I think the iMacs are just going to get internally bumped for the next 2-3 years. Same with the Mac Pros. Hopefully the MacBook Airs gain Retina display support. That would be very interesting to see, and I think it'd be probably one of the best selling laptops, especially because you're trying to get the smallest, thinnest, lightest, everything right now, especially with the power. So that's it from Top of the Tech. Obviously this video is a bit long. Subscribe down below, like down below, comment down below, favorite down below, share down below. Everything seems to be down below right now, nothing up above. But anyways, if you guys are interested in more videos, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you later.